And welcome back to the Book Review Show. My name is Daniela Bleckner, co-host of the Book Review Show. We will have Yeshiva coming on in 2 weeks actually, because next week we have my partner coming on. His name is Dean Williams with his book The Path to Financial Peace. I have the fantastic and inspiring Alfred Samuels in the house with me today, and his lovely wife Grace, who was talking about earlier. We have attributed her today as our international phenomenal woman.
Yay!
Brilliant. So Alfred is here talking about his book Invincibility in the Face of Prostate Cancer, coming out the other side. A really fantastic book, a recount of his ordeal or his experience and journey throughout, from being diagnosed to coming out the other side. Very inspirational book, and thank you for being with us in the studio today.
Thank you.
Before we continue, I just want to read out a couple of adverts that we have here. Conscious Vibes is on the 3rd of April. It's a natural hair and lifestyle expo. The event is bringing unity back into the community. So that's Sunday the 3rd of April between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. at the City of Westminster College, Paddington. Tickets are £10 and can be purchased at consciousvibesexpo2016.eventbrite.co.uk. We also have The Man in the Mirror, another event by Seeds of Elevation, Siraj Odekunle. He will be doing it's a family empowerment day, workshop, seminar, youth panel. There'll be guest speakers. Ticket price is £8 for adults, free for children under 13. Go to www.seedsofelevation.co.uk, and that's between 11:30 and 6 p.m. Okay, as I said, we're with Alfred Samuels in the house today with his fantastic book Invincibility in the Face of Prostate Cancer, coming out the other side. He's been talking about his book, he's been talking about his journey, his telling us about his lovely wife who has supported him throughout. And we're actually going to be having a conversation about what forums are open to not only survivors of cancer but also friends and family. And what were your views on that again? Sorry. I didn't know I was going there, but I did.
Oh, dear me. Run that one by me again, Dan.
If you could give advice, what advice would you give to both cancer survivors and friends and family in regards to where they can go to really get emotional advice that really supports them emotionally and psychologically for the journey ahead?
Oh, right, okay. Oh, that's a real difficult one. It really is, because as I was trying to say earlier, I personally don't think there is anything that's readily there at the moment. Sorry, let me rephrase that. For prostate cancer, there isn't. I don't think so. For breast cancer or maybe some other sorts of cancers, there is. I know this because cancer is in our family, and my mother passed from breast cancer. So I know that there were so many things open to her back in, she passed in 1983. Prostate cancer, from my point of view, I don't think there's anything there as such. I mean, I think there's many men out there that still don't know that the word prostate cancer exists.
That's right.
I know I've spoken to, I spoke to a friend of mine, Martin, who actually told me he did not know the word prostate cancer existed until it was brought to his attention in a conversation, and that's just recent.
Yeah.
So, sorry, a few years ago, should I say. So, you know, my point is, you know, let's also look at the other thing. Prostate cancer, for when you look at somewhere like the United States, they're still getting to grips with the whole aspects of dealing with that.
Yeah.
And as we know, it's 1 in 4 black men are affected.
Yes, so I've just had that, yeah.
And 1 in 8 white men are affected. So it's a ratio of 2 to 1.
Yeah.
And we don't know the reasons why black men are affected more than white men. They're still delving into that. They're still looking at that. So my point is if you haven't got those answers, then the bigger picture isn't clear.
Yeah.
And where do you go? All I can say is that I went to my family. I went to my partner. Okay? You know, I created what I believe worked for me.
Yeah.
Right? Cancer affects everybody in a different way. And I just felt that my best bet was my family, my close friends, and most definitely my partner.
Yeah.
Okay? That got me through. And I see a lot of other people doing similar things. So maybe these groups that are online have been created for a reason,
Yeah.
because there is no other means. You know, you can go to your oncologist, you can go to your research nurse, your trials nurse or whatever at your local cancer centre, but they have a number of different people to look after. So your time will always be limited. Okay? They only see you at a given time. Yes.
Yeah.
Who sees you far more? Your family.
Yeah. That's true.
Okay? So.
Thank you. As you said, sort of recent study shows that 1 in 4 black males can be affected by prostate cancer. What are the symptoms?
There are varying symptoms. Blood in your urine, blood in your stool, okay? Lower back pains,
Right.
okay? It doesn't necessarily mean you have cancer, but once you start to experience some of these things, go to your doctor,
Yeah.
get it looked at. Don't be Mr. Superhero. Don't be Mr. Superman. Okay, don't be or try to be Mr. Invincible.
That's it.
Okay, it ain't gonna work.
I was just about to say that to you. That unfortunately, for whatever reason, women are far more likely to go to a doctor to go and get whatever it is they need to checked out. I was going to ask you, what message would you give to men who suspect that they have prostate cancer, but also, do you think there is this taboo behind prostate cancer?
Without a doubt. There's no doubt about that. Okay, you are talking about you're talking about a part of the body that is very, very sensitive to the male.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's part of the male organ as such, and you know, most males will be reluctant, I have found, to really talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay. I was lucky in that my partner is a senior person in the NHS, so it was easier for me to talk to her about it because she already knew what it was all about, and unfortunately she lost her own father to prostate cancer, so she knows everything. So I was lucky like that. You know, I say lucky, maybe I wasn't lucky, maybe, you know, divine intervention was what was put there.
It feels like you were brought together
without
that time, right time.
There's no ifs or buts about it,
Definitely.
Annie. There's no ifs or buts about it. When I look at all what I've gone through, all what I've been through, I'm not saying my children and my siblings haven't been there, but she's been there from day one. She's laid there next to me in the bed and understood the pain that you can go through. And all she could do is just look at me and sigh, because she couldn't do anything. But you know something? Just the fact that she was there helped me through, because I knew somebody was there watching my back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do. That's fantastic. Okay. I'm just looking at Grace right now. Wow.
She just clumped me around the edge.
We're on radio, they can't see it, it's fine. You're moving it now. Like as we've touched on this a little bit, in your opinion, is enough being done to create awareness around prostate cancer, and what things are being done to create awareness?
Well, Prostate Cancer UK are doing wonderful things. There's no ifs or buts about that. I think they're at the forefront of trying to get to the bottom of it. If you go onto their website, there's a lot of information there for black and white men.
Yep.
And the point is that they're there trying to do something. Okay, there's a lot of wonderful organisations out there trying to turn around and do more wonderful things to get the money. GoDad Run, it's an organisation that I'm involved with now that are very, very much on the ball in getting funding, trying to raise funds, should I say, for it. There are different other things that I've been involved with. Treacle Soul, it's like a little funky soul thing that goes on every few months, and there's a couple of people involved in that. Who recently actually invited me down. I've been there 3 times now, but it's fantastic. Everybody that's there is suffering from cancer. It's not just prostate cancer, but it's cancer. And you've got women, you've got men there, but you're enjoying yourself regardless of what's happening to you. And some people come as far as Manchester for the London events. It's brilliant, but it raises money for prostate cancer. Awesome. And it's awesome. These are things that and there are other organisations out there, but those are the ones that are that I'm very much aware of because they're very much in my face, so to speak. All the others, there may be others. Sorry if I haven't mentioned you, but the point is these are the ones that I'm seeing that are very active and doing wonderful things. Wonderful things. Macmillan, you can't stop.
They're fantastic.
You cannot. I cannot say anything but good words for those people. They are wonderful. To all you Macmillan nurses out there, and in fact to all you wonderful doctors, oncologists, nurses, specialists, whoever you are, and if I've forgotten you, sorry, but is a big up to you. You people have been wonderful, and it's a thankless job. And that's the reality of it. It's a thankless job for a lot of these people, what they have to put up with. But somebody's got to do it.
But you being here is the reward. Is thanks, I guess.
So it's for me. It's Danny. The truth is, and my missus is here, so she can back it up. I never thought I would make it. I really didn't, and the odds were stacked against me, without a doubt. But as I said, I put my war paint on, I put my war face on, and I went at it. But I can tell you now, it gave me as good as I gave it, without a doubt. And I was hospitalised, all sorts of things, but everything was an experience for me. From it, I learned a lot. From it, messages were sent to me. I may have mentioned, not may have mentioned, I know I mentioned it in the book. A pastor, Stephen Ramos, who I can only but say was instrumental in passing a message on to me. And people may not understand this, but through him, a message from God was passed to me. And the message simply said, you will be okay. Not once, but twice this message came to me. On the second time, 2 weeks later, Pastor Stephen Ramos died of a brain hemorrhage in the early hours of the morning. I got the message later that day, and I was devastated because this man had come to visit me when I was in hospital, and he brought that message to me. And I can only but say that was a messenger. That was God's messenger passing the message on to me to tell me something. And to be honest with you, that message has not been incorrect.
Well, it's a testimony.
It is indeed. So.
Wow, I'm inspired, and I'm hoping this is really inspiring other people out there, and if people who have gone through or are going through what you're going through as well, I hope they can resonate with what you're saying and connect and get some power and strength from that. Exactly. So thank you for being here today.
Never give up.
Never give up. Never give up.
Ever give up. Okay, when you think all is done, okay, when you think your energy is totally spent, you will dig down and find that reserve.
That's it.
You will, trust me on it. So, there you go.
Thank you,
Okay.
thank you. At the end of the book, you talk about finding the new me. How did surviving movement? I think just you just saying that there's really kind of answered the question. But how did surviving prostate cancer change you?
It changed me in the sense that I was so busy making a living, I forgot how to live. First and foremost.
Please say that to our listeners again.
I was so busy making a living, I forgot how to live.
Fantastic.
Now, let's understand the word to live, okay? In other words, I was reminiscent in dealing with my health, okay? They say health is wealth. I didn't see it that way. I was busy flying off here, flying off there, working with all sorts of people. And I even recall one time I was actually ill during the job, yet I put a brave face on and continued, okay, which was the wrong thing to do, but nonetheless, I thought I was invincible. I thought I was Mr. Invincible. But the point is that at the end of the road, I realised that, as I said to you, I was busy out there trying to earn that money. Everything was money orientated. I was so involved in trying to be successful. I wanted to be somebody that my children could sit back and say, that's my dad, okay, for a good reason, not for a bad reason, okay. I wanted my partner, right, to turn around and appreciate that, hey, there's my man, there's the guy that's doing things the right way, not the wrong way, which a lot of us are stigmatized with. And those were my real reasons for doing what I did. I flew all over the world. I did this, that, in a very long career. But I had no regrets. Okay? The only regret is that I didn't look after my health better. Okay? And that's what I should have done. My health should have been, that should have been prioritized. But the worst thing about it was that I come from a family that has a cancer history. Lost my mother to cancer in 1983. It was breast cancer, which she subsequently got lung cancer. 6 months later, her sister died of cancer. 5 years after that, their brother, which was my uncle, died of prostate cancer. I recall speaking to him from his hospital bed when he got ill, and I remember him telling me about the searing pain that took him in the midst of his lower back, the same pain that I ended up having. So it wasn't until after that happened to me that I remembered what my uncle had told me. Excuse me, sorry. And I have to say that after that, we lost two more of the family in terms of cousins. I have a cousin, Angela Lawson, in New York there. She's got breast cancer. And on this side here in the UK, there's me. So basically, it's in the family. And when the time came to me being very clear on dealing with it, I was busy dealing with making a living. I remembered, but I didn't remember.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was as simple as that. And not wanting to sound, that I didn't care, I was just so busy involved in a career. Because for me, it was a career. And lo and behold, the time came, and wham, it was my turn. So the new me is the me that's actually now going out there and talking to everybody and saying to them, look, guys, this is my journey. And X amount of my journey was the wrong journey. Okay? As such, you need to turn around and check yourselves. Right? Please, I beg you, please check yourselves out, guys.